If you're over 60, you've likely been told the same story 100 times. You feel tired, your energy is gone, your drive is fading, and the culprit must be low vitamin D. It's a simple answer. And so you start taking the pills. You take 2,000 IUs, maybe 5,000 IUs a day, waiting for that promised surge of vitality to return. But for so many of you, it never comes. The fatigue remains, the brain fog lingers, and the confidence you once had in the bedroom feels like a distant memory. You're doing what you're told, but it's not working. What if I told you the problem isn't a lack of vitamin D? What if the millions of vitamin D molecules you're swallowing are simply dormant, floating uselessly in your bloodstream because your body is missing the one single key required to turn them on? I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a board-certified urologist with over 25 years of experience specializing in men's health and vitality. And I'm here today to tell you that for many men, taking vitamin D pills without this key is like putting the world's best gasoline into a car with no ignition. It's useless. The ignition key, the master activator for vitamin D and a host of other male hormones, isn't found in a pill bottle. It's found in a single, ancient fruit that most men have completely overlooked. In this video, I'm going to reveal what this fruit is, how it unlocks your body's hidden potential, and why eating just a few in the morning can be more powerful than that handful of supplements you've been relying on. Stay with me because this simple change could be the switch you've been searching for. The fruit I'm talking about is the fig. Yes, the humble fig. For centuries, it was revered in ancient cultures as a symbol of virility and strength. And now, modern science is finally catching up, revealing exactly why. It's not about one magic compound. It's about a powerful team of minerals that work together to restore a man's hormonal balance from the ground up. We're going to break down the 3 most important players in this team: magnesium, zinc, and a little-known powerhouse called boron. Let's start with the most critical piece of the puzzle, the one that directly addresses the vitamin D paradox: magnesium. The science is incredibly clear on this, yet it's almost completely ignored in mainstream advice. Vitamin D in your body, whether from the sun or a supplement, exists in an inactive storage form. To become usable, to actually do its job of regulating your mood, energy, and hormones, it must be converted into its active form. And every single step of that conversion process, in both the liver and the kidneys, is entirely dependent on magnesium. If you are low in magnesium, you cannot activate vitamin D. It's physiologically impossible. You can swallow 10,000 IUs of D3, and without sufficient magnesium, it will do little more than raise your blood levels of an inert vitamin, leaving you wondering why you still feel so drained. I had a patient, Richard, a 74-year-old retired architect. He was a perfect example of this. He came to my office utterly defeated. He told me, "Dr. Carter, my doctor has me on 5,000 IUs of vitamin D a day. My blood work shows my levels are high, but I feel awful. I have zero energy. My mood is flat, and my wife and I, we haven't been intimate in years. I feel like a ghost." He was frustrated and felt like his own body was lying to him. I looked at his labs, and sure enough, his magnesium levels were at the absolute bottom of the normal range. His body had no spark plugs to ignite the high-octane fuel he was pouring in. I told him to stop obsessing over the vitamin D pills and instead start his day with 3 dried figs, either on their own or chopped into his oatmeal. Just that one simple change. To help him understand, I used an analogy. Think of your body's hormonal system like a high-end construction project. Vitamin D is the master blueprint. It contains all the instructions for how things should work, but the blueprint is useless if it's locked in the foreman's office. Magnesium is the foreman. It unlocks the office, pulls out the blueprint, and tells the workers, your cells, what to do. Without the foreman, The entire construction site, your body sits idle, no matter how perfect the plans are. The figs were his way of making sure the foreman showed up to work every single morning. Now, you might be thinking, this is too simple. If it's just about magnesium, why didn't my doctor just tell me to take a magnesium pill? This is a question I get all the time, and it's a valid one. The answer is twofold. First, conventional medicine is often focused on deficiency diseases, not optimal function. As long as your magnesium isn't critically low, it may not raise a red flag. Second, and more importantly, getting your nutrients from whole foods is almost always superior. The magnesium in figs comes packaged with fiber, which aids its absorption and other synergistic minerals. It's a gentle, bioavailable form that your body recognizes and knows how to use, unlike some synthetic, high-dose magnesium pills that can cause digestive upset. And the timing is absolutely critical. Why eat these figs in the morning? Because you are aligning with your body's natural circadian rhythm. Your hormonal system, including cortisol and testosterone production, is most active in the morning. By providing this essential activator mineral first thing, you are setting the stage for optimal hormonal function for the entire day. You're giving the foreman the keys right at the start of his shift, not at the end when the workday is almost over. Richard followed this advice. 6 weeks later, he came back to my office. The change was remarkable. He stood up straighter. He had a light in his eyes. He said, "I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the lights came back on. The fog is lifting, and my wife is smiling a lot more." He hadn't added a single new pill. He had just started giving his body the key it was missing all along. Now, activating vitamin D is the first step, but it's only part of the story of reviving your manhood. We also need to ensure the factory that produces your primary male hormone is running at full capacity. This brings us to our second powerhouse mineral found in figs, zinc. If magnesium is the ignition key for vitamin D, zinc is the bedrock foundation of the testosterone factory itself. You cannot produce adequate testosterone without sufficient zinc. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable building block for male hormonal health. As men age, zinc levels often decline due to changes in diet and absorption, and this decline correlates directly with a drop in testosterone production, leading to low libido, loss of muscle mass, and that pervasive sense of lost vigor. Let me tell you about another patient, a 6'9" man named Frank. He was a former salesman, a guy who used to command a room with his energy. When he came to see me, that energy was gone. He spoke in a low, tired voice. "I've lost my edge, Doc," he told me. "My get up and go has got up and gone. I don't even have the desire for intimacy anymore. It's not that I can't perform. It's that I just don't care." And that scares me. His testosterone levels were on the low end of normal, but more telling was his zinc level, which was clearly suboptimal. He was eating a diet heavy in processed foods and wasn't getting this crucial mineral. He believed his best years were simply over. I explained to him that we needed to resupply his body's most important factory. The analogy I used was that of a car manufacturing plant. Your body has all the plans and the expert engineers to build a high-performance sports car that's your testosterone. But if you don't have any steel arriving at the factory, you can't build anything. The assembly line sits empty. Zinc is the raw steel. It is the most basic, essential material needed for production. Without it, nothing else matters. You can have the best engineers and the best blueprints, but you will not produce a single car. Eating figs regularly is like ensuring a steady, daily delivery of high-quality steel right to the factory floor. So, why not just take a high-dose zinc supplement? This is another common question, and a crucial one to address. While zinc supplements have their place, they can be problematic. Taking too much zinc can throw off your copper balance, another essential mineral, and can sometimes lead to nausea. The beauty of getting zinc from a whole food like figs is that it comes in a balanced, natural amount, alongside other nutrients that support its function. It's a gentle, consistent supply, not a megadose that can disrupt your body's delicate mineral balance. You are providing the resource, not overwhelming the system. And again, why in the morning? Because your body's testosterone production naturally peaks in the morning hours. This is your body's prime time for hormonal synthesis. By consuming zinc-rich figs upon waking, you are providing the raw materials to the factory, right at the start of its busiest and most productive shift. You are ensuring the assembly line is fully stocked with steel at the exact moment the foreman blows the whistle to start production. This strategic timing ensures you get the most out of this nutrient, directly supporting your body's innate rhythm. Frank incorporated figs into his morning routine, often with a handful of walnuts. After 2 months, he reported feeling a stirring he hadn't felt in years. His motivation was returning, his energy was more consistent, and he told me, with a wink, that he was interested in taking his wife for a test drive again. He was restarting his own engine simply by providing the essential fuel it had been starved of. So, we've used magnesium to turn on the power grid with vitamin D, and we've used zinc to get the testosterone factory back online. But what if there was one more step? What if we could not only produce more testosterone, but also make the testosterone you already have more powerful and effective? This brings us to the third, and perhaps most overlooked, secret weapon in figs, a trace mineral called boron. Boron is one of the most exciting and underappreciated nutrients for male health. It's a powerful amplifier. It doesn't just build more testosterone. It makes the testosterone you have work better by unleashing it in your bloodstream. Here's the simple science. Much of the testosterone in your body is bound to a protein called sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG. When testosterone is bound to SHBG, it's inactive. It's like it's in handcuffs, unable to do its job. Only free testosterone can bind to receptors in your brain, muscles, and organs to exert its effects, boosting libido, energy, and mood. As men age, SHBG levels tend to rise, meaning more of your precious testosterone gets locked up and put on the sidelines. Boron is a game changer because studies have shown it can significantly decrease SHBG levels. It essentially acts like a key, unlocking the handcuffs and setting your testosterone free to work its magic. Furthermore, boron has been shown to help modulate estrogen levels in men, which is another crucial part of maintaining hormonal balance. I saw this firsthand with a patient named George, a 5-year-old retired teacher. George was a numbers guy. He brought in his lab work, and on paper, things looked okay. His total testosterone was in the mid-normal range. Yet, he had all the classic symptoms of low T. He was putting on belly fat, he felt emotionally flat, and his physical stamina was plummeting. He was incredibly frustrated because his doctor had told him his numbers were fine. The problem was hidden one layer deeper. His SHBG was high, meaning his free testosterone, the number that really matters for how you feel, was in the gutter. The analogy I shared with George was that of a millionaire who has all his money tied up in long-term, inaccessible bonds. On paper, his net worth is $1 million, total testosterone, but his daily spending cash is only $20, free testosterone. He is functionally broke, even though he's technically rich. Boron acts like a financial advisor who restructures his assets, freeing up more of that wealth for him to use every day. It increases your hormonal liquidity. It puts more cash in your pocket. Naturally, George's first question was, "I've never even heard of this. Is it some kind of weird supplement? Is it safe?" This is where the beauty of food comes in. I reassured him that boron is a natural trace mineral found in the earth and concentrated in certain plant foods, with figs being an excellent source. We're not talking about taking some high-dose synthetic pill. We are talking about consuming a food that has been part of the human diet for millennia, providing this key in a safe, natural context. It's a testament to the wisdom of nature. And the morning timing completes the trifecta. By consuming figs in the morning, you are introducing this unbinding agent right as your testosterone levels are peaking. So, at the very moment your factory is producing the most testosterone, thanks to zinc, and the power grid is fully on, thanks to magnesium and vitamin D, boron comes in and ensures that product gets to the marketplace and isn't immediately locked away in a warehouse. It maximizes the efficiency of the entire system at the most crucial time of day. George started his morning fig ritual. About 2 months later, he sent me an email. "It's like night and day," he wrote. "The numbers on a page are one thing, but how you feel is everything. I feel like myself again. My energy for my afternoon walks is back. Thank you." He hadn't changed his total testosterone. He had changed how much of it his body could actually use. Now you can see how this isn't about one single mineral. It's about a brilliant, interconnected system. This is the power of food synergy. Trying to fix your vitality with a single pill is like trying to build a house with only a hammer. You need the whole toolbox. The magnesium in figs is the electrician that turns on the power by activating your vitamin D. The zinc is the bricklayer, building a strong foundation for testosterone production. And the boron is the master locksmith, freeing up that testosterone so it can actually get to work. Each one makes the others more effective. This is a level of sophistication you will never find in a single supplement. When you eat a fig, you are consuming a complete hormonal support team, perfectly balanced by nature. This is how you stop patching leaks and start rebuilding the entire foundation of your vitality from the ground up. So, we come back to that feeling of being tired, of being told that getting older just means a slow decline. That is a myth. It is not an inevitable truth. For so many men, it is a nutritional problem that has a simple, natural solution. You now have the knowledge. You understand that the issue might not be the vitamin D pill in your hand, but the absence of the fig on your plate. But knowing this is not enough. The men I see who truly transform their health, the Richards, Franks, and George who reclaim their vigor, are the ones who turn knowledge into consistent action. You don't need to completely change your life overnight. I want you to start with one small, achievable step. For the next 7 days, I want you to commit to eating just 2 or 3 dried figs every single morning. That's it. Have them with your coffee, chop them into your cereal, or eat them on your way out the door. Don't judge the results on day 1. Just commit to the process for 1 week. This small action is a powerful statement. It's you telling your body that you are ready to start working with it, not against it. You are providing the tools it has been missing. Your body has an incredible, innate capacity to heal and function. You just need to stop fighting it and start feeding it. The power is on your plate. If this information has been valuable to you, please help me share this message with other men who need to hear it. First, click the like button. It tells the algorithm that this is important information. Second, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more science-backed advice to reclaim your health. And finally, leave a comment below. What was the single biggest takeaway for you from this video? Your story, your insight, could be the very thing that inspires another man to take that crucial first step. Thank you for trusting me with your time. Your journey back to vitality starts with your next breakfast.